Hey Star Liquor fans, it's that time of week again, Free Beer Friday, and today we are with Tom from Ommegang. Hey Tom.
Hello.
So Ommegang is based out of Cooperstown, New York, home of the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yes.
You guys must be like the all-American beer.
We are the ultimate Belgio-American hybrid.
Belgio-American hybrid. What's that mean?
Well, we are actually a Belgian family-owned company.
Okay.
That is responsible for making the phenomenal beer Duvel in Belgium. Has always been the largest investor in Brewery Ommegang and bought it outright a few years back.
Okay.
But yes, we are in Cooperstown, New York, and we are as American and homegrown as any craft brewer is.
Nice. Do you also sell waffles at your place?
We do.
Do you?
We have actually a badass chicken and waffle at the cafe. Yeah, you gotta try that.
I really want to try that right now. That's making me pretty hungry. Ooh. So what's the story behind the Belgian beer? I mean, why only Belgians?
Well, it was the brewery was started by a couple, Don and Wendy, that were importers of Belgian beers, Duvel being one of them, and looked for some brewer partners to help them put together their brewery. The reason it's in Cooperstown is because they liked Cooperstown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who doesn't like Cooperstown?
Who doesn't? I love baseball and what else is there?
Brewery Ommegang.
Yeah, well, duh. What do you think is the most popular?
Depends on where we're at. We have an almost nationwide reach with our brands. For the Midwest, saying like Illinois, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, that is probably Hennepin.
Hennepin.
It's something that Saison as a beer style is something that people have really taken a shining to, and Hennepin has done particularly well for us, both in bottle and on draft.
What makes a Belgian style beer a Belgian style beer?
A couple things. One is the yeast, and Belgian beers, specialty beers anyway, are all about yeast, that yeasty fruitiness. Each brewery has its own jealously guarded yeast strain. Ours is a combination of a couple ones from a couple different breweries in Belgium that has become Ommegang house yeast. It's got some nice fruity esters to it without being too much on the bubble gummy or banana sort of end, which is something that I personally prefer.
Yeah.
Traditional open fermentation, which most of our batches have something to do with our open fermenter, where the beer gets put into there and all the yeast gets to kind of float around and get all happy, unlike a big conical tank where the yeast starts to fall off and die in the center of it. That's the yeast that we then end up using to recondition in the bottle, where we get our carbonation.
Oh, nice.
Which is the real key to what a Belgian specialty beer is, because that is the case with all Belgian specialty beers. And every single beer that we make undergoes that process, which is when the beer is fermented, it is put into the bottle flat with some yeast and sugar, and then in about a 3.5 week period, at about 70 degrees, it develops its carbonation.
Oh, so like champagne.
Yes.
Okay.
The only difference is that we don't do this with the bottles and turn them upside down.
Right,
The
right.
yeast stays at the bottom of the bottle.
Okay. Wow, interesting. That's really cool. What would you recommend as something for like a good Ommegang beer for a person that doesn't enjoy, say, a banana or bubblegum flavor?
Well, most of our beers don't really have that sort of characteristic, I would say. Really, we try to have things across the board of what is available out of what you would find in a Belgian beer.
Yeah.
Anything from our wheat beer, which is called Witte, which is a Belgian style white ale, up to our quadruple, and then we do some special limited release things. Overall, I don't think you're going to find that in any of our beers. We do spice pretty much everything with some things, like Hennepin, say, has a little dried ginger, has some orange peel and coriander. Ommegang Abbey Ale has some fennel and some star anise, some cumin seed and some orange peel. So those are meant to kind of play in the background a little bit. They're not meant to really stick out as spice beers, but you're going to get a little bit more of those aspects due to that spicing. Especially, I think that shows up in the Abbey Ale specifically.
Yeah. Huh. So, is there anything new coming out by Ommegang?
Sure. We always have some new products coming out. We do about 4 different limited special release beers a year.
Okay.
The next one that we will have coming out is called Art of Darkness.
Oh, yeah.
We made that before. Sometimes we have, to be honest with you, it's kind of hard to develop that many new beers all the time. So if we find something that's gone over well with the public, or something that the brewers particularly like to make, or a combination of those two things, we will revisit some things. We don't make them every year, but we will revisit things that have been successful and that people seem to have responded to. And Art of Darkness is one of those. It's a very dark Belgian ale at around 8.9%, and that'll be out at the end of December.
Great. Yeah, I look forward to that. I like that one. So how did your tasting go today?
Good. It's you guys have a tremendous clientele of people that are very beer savvy.
Yeah,
Obviously,
we do.
you've come to the right place. The right questions get asked often. There is always some people that really need some information that I'm always glad to give. So
yeah, you're very knowledgeable.
We tasted a lot of beers here today. I mean, this is actually more than I would normally do. We normally try to do 3 or 4. I think we had 8 different beers. So
yeah, it's pretty great. Yeah.
So we went through a lot. So.
And there wasn't a power outage this time.
And the power didn't go out. And it wasn't 100 degrees.
It wasn't 100 degrees, and great day.
That's always good for beer.
Right. Well, Tom, thank you so much.
Thank
And remember, guys, Free Beer Friday, every Friday from 4 to 7. Have a great week. Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Woo!